Well, hello, one and all. Thanks for joining us for Red Barn Radio. Tonight, I'm Bradford Becker. We continue 22 years of presenting Red Barn Radio to the world, and we welcome you to show number 848 tonight. A singer-songwriter from Catawba and Lincoln counties and Maiden, North Carolina, Kyle Kelly has grown to captivate listeners with a sound that's both unique and familiar. Discovering his love for music at the early age of 8, Kyle was molded by the old school sounds of greats such as Skynryd and Marshall Tucker and Waylon Jennings, which inspired him then to learn guitar and drums. We're glad you're here to join us tonight for an evening of music and conversation with Kyle Kelly and his band. All right.
I'm as low as they come. 'Cause I like dancing with the borrowed angel on a hardwood floor till dawn. Out here living life like it's some damned old country song. And I wish I knew the reasons for all this carrying on. I guess there's just a lonesome feeling that lingers in these bones. And no, I can't say I'm happy with the bed I've made, but I ain't been sleeping much at all these days. 'Cause I lay down when I'm in the grave. And there's a long list of lovers who thought they could change, but there's no moving on when you can't turn a page. Or just burn out like this cigarette. But hey, I'll be fine long as this well don't run dry. I'm singing songs about chasing white lines. I'm conquered getting here with my kind. I like dancing with the borrowed angel on a hardwood floor till dawn. Out here living life like it's some damn old country song. I wish I knew the reasons for all this carrying on. I guess there's just a lonesome feeling that lingers in these bones. And I like dancing with a borrowed angel on a hardwood floor till dawn. Out here living life like it's some damn old country song. And I wish wish I knew the reasons for all this carrying on. I guess there's just a lonesome feeling that lingers in these bones.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
After his debut EP release called Lion back in 2021, Kyle Kelly hit the road with his band, playing anywhere along the East Coast that would have him. His latest single release, Something to Remind Me, calls for the working man to recognize the difference in making a living and making a living worthwhile. Great message. Turning wrenches in the daytime and honky-tonkin' by night, this 28-year-old is a true throwback, he considers himself, whether backed by his band or just him holding an acoustic and sharing the truth. Kyle Kelly brings a good time, and this time he's brought the fun to Lexington, and we've got him here on Red Barn Radio with his band. Justin Clyde Williams is playing electric guitar with Kyle. Caleb Roberts is on drums, and John Blake McManamy, wow, on bass. I practiced that several times, and we'll work on it. Welcome back, folks, Kyle Kelly.
Glad to be here. So this song right here is a new unreleased tune. And a little backstory behind it. I was in my shop one night and I was kind of fed up with how the music business can be, truthfully. And this song came to be, and I took it to you, didn't I? Mr. Justin Cloud over here, and we kind of made something of it. It's called That's Just the Way It Is. There's been days where I just sit around and contemplate the way I live. It seems to me there's a whole lot to take, and I'm about to give in. While my friends are all having the time of their lives, I'm breaking even, barely getting by. I push a thought to the back of my mind, 'cause I'm too afraid to change. Just the way it is, and this is how I live. With dim lights in a smoky room as a jukebox record spins, and I feel alive most of the time. Getting high off the downloads and let the world just pass me by. it's a curse and it's a blessing. That is feeling I have, Lord, it just won't let me be. And I could be a little better off turning wrenches in my shop at night instead of out here on this road a couple states away from my wife. It's just the way it is, and this is how I live. Dim lights in the smoking room as the jukebox record spins, and I feel alive most of the time. Getting high off the downloads and let the world just pass me by. Don't misunderstand me, I'm not trying to complain. But when it all adds up and you ain't enough, it's a different kind of shame. It's just the way it is, and this is how I live. This is how I live. Dim lights in the smoky room as the jukebox record spins, and I feel alive most of the time. Getting high off the download, let the world just pass me by. I said we'll all get high off the download, let the world just pass us by. Cool. This next song we're going to do here is it's called Traveler's Get Down, and a little backstory behind it. I was in the 8th hour of a 9-hour road trip, my good buddy Daniel Jeffers, who's not here, and he said, bust out the guitar, let's write a song. So we did, and it just talks about paying dues and being out on the road and dreaming of paradise back home. And in this particular instance, it talks about what paradise looks like to a feller like me. So it's called Travelers Get Down, and we released this song initially as a bluegrass tune, and then we came back with the band and cut it. We're going to do both those versions for you tonight, believe it or not, and it's going to be a little different. I've been staring down this highway all damn night, singing to myself, there's not a soul in sight. And this loneliness is nothing, but that engine keeps on humming, taking me back home where I belong. Just a few more 100 miles to go, and I'll be turning on a rake down road. Hope you're waiting on me, standing on the porch underneath the moonlight with the baby on your hip and you're waving me down the drive. And that's where I long to be. My darling, my baby, won't you come on back to these arms again? The sun is in the east, I got this van pointed west. keep on moving. You know a traveler never rests. And this highway's like a prison, and driving is my sentence, moving me on further down the line. Just a few more 100 miles to go, and I'll be turning on the rink damn road. Hope you're waiting on me, standing on a porch underneath the moonlight with the baby on the hip and you waving me down the drive. That's where I long to be. And to hear you say, my darling, my baby, won't you come on back to these arms again? Just a few more 100 miles to go, and I'll be turning on the rink damn road. Hope you're waiting on me, standing on a porch underneath the moonlight with the baby on your hip and you waving me down the drive. That's where I long to be. And to hear you say, my darling, my baby, won't you come on back to these arms again? Yeah, my darling, my baby, won't you come on back to these arms again? Thank you. This is a fun song right here. It's a little bit different than what we normally do, but I guess it's a part of what we do, so it fits in. I don't know. But it's a song called Two Empty Glasses. At a bar just outside the city, a girl sits at a table alone. Her mind is somewhere in the night, and her heart has never felt so cold. And there's two empty glasses on the table. She's shooting doubles, one tear at a time. And she won't waste the night filling labels. Oh no, it's 1 a.m. He's still on her mind. It's 1 a.m. He's still to a stranger who doesn't even look up from the ground. And all she wants is for someone to come and just save her. She'll be hard to find 'cause she's so down and out. And there's 2 empty glasses on the table. She's shooting doubles, 1 tear at a time. She won't waste the night filling labels. Oh no, it's 1 a.m. He's still on her mind. It's 1 a.m. He's still on her mind. She should have said goodbye at that first kiss and wrote him off another one-night stand. She wonders how it ever got like this, and she'll never pour her heart out again. And there's 2 empty glasses on the table. Shooting doubles, 1 tear at a time. She won't waste the night filling labels. Oh no, it's 1 a.m. and he's still on her mind. It's 1 a.m. and he's still on her mind.
Make sure everybody knows if they need to say anything to the sound guys, they do. If they need anything from the sound guys, just say it. Okay, good. All right. Hey, we've got some great players here tonight. Kyle Kelly is the band leader, and we're going to get to know everybody a little bit as time goes on here. Kyle, welcome.
Hey, glad to be here.
Feel good up there? Feel
Yeah.
nice and loose? Sound good for you?
Oh yeah,
All
sounds
right.
great.
Well, good. It sounds great out here, too. Kyle, you were talking about the song "The Way It Is" a few songs ago. You said when you introduced it, you said you were writing a song about disgruntlement with the music biz, and nobody wants to listen to a band with a disgruntled singer.
Yeah.
So how do you keep from I don't know, getting weighted down by those kinds of things? This is personal. This is personal
Yeah.
stuff. Getting out here and sharing your songs and performing and.
It's good to have a balance, and I think that's really what keeps me afloat, and being surrounded by people that I guess are like-minded in the way they're all trying to do something. And as the song says, it's just the way it is. And if the quicker you can come to terms with that, the quicker you can get past yourself and move on and realize that you're not the only one just dealing with stuff going on as far as the music business goes. And I mean, there's people who are leagues ahead of me that are still dealing with it. And so no matter where I go or where I turn, it seems that it's and like I've seen the hardest of times. I'm not saying that at all by the song, but everybody sees disappointment. Everybody has the highest of highs and lowest of lows. And I think that being able to appreciate both sides of it, the highs and the lows, it just kind of puts everything in perspective and really makes you appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I'm not really disgruntled. It's almost kind of just
It's all right. You can be disgruntled. It's all right. Really, we all get disgruntled, and the question, right, is how do you find the joy? How do you cut through all that and find the joy you need to do what you want to do and be happy, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy playing music and working on your cars and the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that's when you know you love it, is when it makes you mad and you come right back to it no matter what.
Yeah. Do you feel that in your area, do you live in an area you feel that values artists? Do you get that sense? Yeah.
There's areas you kind of got to go out and find them. The scene, we often as artists in our particular genre, I guess, or subgenres, whatever you want to call them, we kind of look to other states, just like the scene around Kentucky, and we see that if people are appreciating the artists around here, like in Texas and stuff. And of course, we have our own scene in Charlotte. It's not at the, I guess, I don't want to say commercialism, but that might be I don't know, is that a good comparison or good word for it? But I think there is a scene, and it's just, I don't think it's as prevalent as it is in other areas where we travel to, like coming here.
Yeah,
to
right.
Kentucky. Yeah.
Well, welcome here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad to be here for sure.
Nah,
And again, I'm not downplaying. Don't misunderstand me. Not downplaying Charlotte, North Carolina, or anywhere around. We love it.
No, those are your people. You can't downplay
Well,
them.
no, we're not downplaying. We love them, and we're trying to find the best way to get out to them. I guess that should be the best thing. Maybe they just hadn't heard of us yet, and maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah. How far? So where you live in the name Maiden, right?
Like
Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Or
Yeah, that's
Maiden,
great.
Yeah.
So where you live in Maiden, how far is that from Charlotte?
Charlotte's about 45-minute drive. We're about an hour drive from the mountains. We're kind of nestled in a pretty good area.
So when you say mountains, you're talking about Asheville?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Asheville's like, Boone, Blowing Rock, we're like an hour and some change, and then Asheville's like an hour and some change too. So.
Gotcha. And what about Asheville? Are things happening down there that you like?
We haven't really. We played in Asheville once or twice. It's just kind of hard. Again, just kind of when you're independent and everything, just trying to find the right avenues and everything, and trying to get into those places.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of the big thing. I think that's really what I'm disgruntled with. It's the glass ceiling, the never-ending glass ceiling of trying to get into places.
Right. And so at this point in your career, are you starting to give some thought to that idea of like, I wonder if, some management, you're working with someone.
Yeah.
You're working with somebody who's sort of helping pave the way and knock on some doors for you so you can focus on your music.
It's having a good team, yeah.
Yeah, good. And so that's what's happening. And do you feel like you have somebody on your team also who does a good job of your social media and other things that you need to build that reputation, because that's what you need these days,
yeah.
right?
It's the 5-tool, like in baseball, it's like 5 tools of everything. In music nowadays, it's not just about the music, it's everything. It's the social media. I do all of my social media. I could do a better job. I know that for 100% fact.
Well, we can all do
a better job at something, right? And I think social media. It's the game now. And I've got a good agent who's helping book stuff, and we're making the uphill climb. We're getting there.
Right. Social media, how weird, right? It's the impressions. Oh wow, we got 4,000 impressions today.
Yeah. It's
and then it's like, okay, what about the engagement?
Yeah.
How much engagement do we have? People who actually stopped and spent time there, decided to respond to something. Right. It's challenging, isn't it?
It is. It's a whole nother thing. When you go into the music business, and if you're really trying to do it, you're not just learning music. You gotta learn everything else with it that comes with it, the business.
Yeah, and so when you went to college, you did some studying of business.
Yep.
Did you feel that any of the studies that you did, was it Catawba College?
Yep, Catawba College.
Yeah, and which is right near you, I take it.
Yeah, it was about an hour down the road in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you followed sort of a track of studying business.
Yep.
Have you found that some of the things that you learned in college are transferable to what you're doing now?
100%.
Yeah,
My mom will be very glad to know that I'm saying that.
Who will be?
That the degree what was worth it. No, it's
definitely transferable, and I had a lot of good professors. And at the time, I didn't realize it. At the time, I was still in college, and I was still trying to figure out who I was and what I was doing, like we all are in college. And it was just kind of I see it now. I see what I did, and it's funny, I couldn't tell you what I learned on a Tuesday that following Wednesday in class. But then I can tell you everything about it now. I'm like, dang, I remember that lesson. That's so relatable to what I'm doing now, even in the slightest bit. And it's just, I feel that makes me feel happy. It's like, oh, I did retain something.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
There's, a lot of money to throw at college for no retention.
That's it.
Hey, in college also you had an experience that was one of those experiences that really shaped your life, which is that you spent your life developing yourself as an athlete, and then you came to that point where you had this sort of career, the injury that's not going to help.
Yeah.
Was it Tommy John that you had to have?
I ended up not doing the surgery.
Okay, gotcha.
I didn't do it was a partial tear. That was the real fun part of it.
And you were playing baseball.
I was playing baseball. I was a lefty pitcher, and it was in the worst of things. It was in an inter-squad practice. It wasn't even in a real game. And I'd already redshirted my freshman year. We were coming into sophomore year, and in a practice, I just felt something not right. Woke up next morning, arm was in pain, and it was basically, okay, here's the deal: surgery, you're out for another year, or rehab in 6 months, maybe. I did rehab, thinking I was, and I stuck to it and did everything, and then came back after the summer into fall ball. After freshman year, and that's when it kind of, I realized I couldn't throw, and my arm just wasn't healed. And then on top of that, I was like, I need to get out of here. I don't want to spend 5 years in college, spend 5 years here, and if this is the writing on the wall, I'm looking right at it, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So where were you at with music by that point? So were you 20 at that point?
Yeah. So
you redshirted as a freshman, and then you okay.
So I brought my guitar to school. I'd always played, never took it. I mean, I took it serious. It was one of the things, everybody wants to be a rock star growing up.
Did you have an acoustic and an electric at that point?
I didn't. Yeah. So I had an acoustic and electric. My first electric I bought with my money, and acoustic. I still had them. It was old Epiphone Les Paul and an Epiphone acoustic. Yeah. And I brought the electric to school because my roommate, he played, and it was like, oh, let's just jam and everything. So I just kind of brought it. And every time I'd have some downtime, I'd just pick a little bit and keep picking. Now, I can't read music. These jokers will tell you I still can't do national number system or anything. Like, I'm learning, and I'm illiterate when it comes to that. But it wasn't really until after baseball ended that I kind of turned to it. And I couldn't take solos. I couldn't tell you pentatonics. I could play chords, and that was about it. But I could hear, and I play by ear still to this day. But yeah, so I kind of got to the point where I was like, man, I'm kind of having fun playing some music. Turn 21. You turn 21, you go to the bars, and you start seeing buddies. And I'll tell you, the first time I sang out in public was my 21st birthday at the bar that ended up giving me my start. It's called the Fishbowl now. It changed names, but it was the Fishbowl when we went, but when we got there freshman year, it was a different name. But a guy that kind of took me under his wing, Seth Grigg, and I played drums for him. So I'd always play drums first, and but guitar came, and I stuck with guitar because it's kind of hard keeping a drum kit in a dorm room.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So, but so he kind of took me under his wing, showed me some showmanship and stuff, and then lo and behold, 21st birthday's when I met him. He got me up and sang Family Tradition, Hank Jr., and there's a recording somewhere of it. That was the first time I played out in public, and then a couple weeks later, I started going back and playing open mics with him, and then that started it all.
All right.
Then, into junior year, I played my first show there, and with a band, and here we are.
Yeah, way to go. Wow, well, good comeback.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm talking to Kyle Kelly here on Red Barn Radio. Hey, Kyle, let's get back to some more music, and then we'll have some more conversation in a little while.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Welcome back, Kyle Kelly.
Cool. And real quick, this song right here is called Racing Down the Sun. This is actually a Justin Clyde Williams song.
Dick and Tammy song.
Dick and Tammy song. But
Dick and Tammy song.
I love it so much, and I really want to be a part of it, and they let me borrow it every now and then. But I'm going to have Justin help me sing it, too. It's called Racing Down the Sun. Writing down my reasons for leaving. The list just keeps getting long. And I ain't down with the demons that's keeping me up while I ain't home. Making moves to the morning, counting mile marker signs. I'm keeping it between the ditches and the devil, just trying to leave his stuff behind. Racing down the sun, I swear lately it feels like all I've done. Wasting my time trying to be someone. I'm just out here racing down the sun.
Full throttle to the bottom, spinning out of control. The only way I could fall any further is if I dug a deeper hole. I've been running on empty, watching it fade so fast. I wish I could see how this all plays out as clear as I could see my path.
Racing down the sun, I swear lately it feels like all I've done. Wasting my time trying to be someone. I'm just out here racing down the sun. And all I think about is how long to drag it out. I'll go blind when it sets on me. Racing down the sun, I swear lately it feels like all I've done. Wasting my time trying to be someone. I'm just out here racing down the sun. I swear lately it feels like all I've done. Wasting my time trying to be someone. I'm just out here racing down the sun. So, Justin normally doesn't play guitar for me, but every song pretty much you're going to hear tonight, he had something to do with in some shape or form. And dragging him out here with me, I really appreciate him coming to play with me, so I'm going to let him sing one or two. Just because he's got some killer music, and he's about to start working on a record. And you can find his social medias and everything if you go to my page. And yeah.
They know this song because they do it sometimes. It ain't like we did any work or anything to get it up. Like I just a new puzzle piece, a little grimier puzzle piece than normally here. I wrote this song for my lady. I sung it last time I was here with just a guitar, and I was a lot sadder then. Not really. I just played a bunch of sad songs. if I had known what I would find when I dropped what fate laid out for me to read between the lines. There'd be a different world, a different man, and more time, and we'd spend hand in hand till the glass runs out of sand. It's true, nothing in this world lasts forever if you forget about your soul. If the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky, across the plain we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. There's no demise for you and I. So many different faces along the way, and countless red-eyed sad goodbyes when love gives way to change. We both know pain and disarray, and diamond rings that bide the time won't ever shine the same. The path you're walking now, we share together with a million miles to go. If the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky, across the plain we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. There's no demise for you and I. The paradise the book describes is made for those we'll leave behind, eyes that never seen the other side. You rule every kingdom in my mind. Get you some. If the sun burns out tomorrow and the stars fall from the sky, across the plain we'll live forever. There's no demise for you and I. There's no demise for you and I. Thank you.
Yeah, Justin Clyde Williams.
What's our band name this trip? I know I'm just an
We
implant.
change it up every time.
transplant.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
It's not Dick and Tammy. What am I? I thought I was something. Wasn't I something? One like Wanda or something.
They call it Aunt Rhonda or Uncle Rhonda, something
Yeah.
like that.
This next song we're going to do is the second single I ever put out. And I wrote this all by myself. And it's a song about being in a bar and seeing a woman you want to talk to, and it ain't got to be forever. Yeah. Tell me what's your name and how are you doing? And do I stand a chance, or is it ruin? I can tell you're lonely, 'cause baby I am too. I'm not trying to overstep, I'm just trying to get through to you that I'm not asking forever. Run to the morning light. Maybe I should just go, or maybe you might wanna swing along to some old George Jones. Think about how he did you wrong. I'm kinda like old Keith Whitley. Can't believe how bad she done me. Run away in 3/4 time. Pick out the pain in each of their lines. Settle down by the jukebox. Some conversation on the rocks. And I walk away when it's closing time. She'll start dancing back into my mind. Baby, I got secrets. Lately I've had it more. I usually don't do this. I'm sure you've heard that before. I'm not into one-liners. There's 3 chords and the truth will do. And I've got some quarters. And I'll dance you a song or two. And we'll swing along to some old George Jones. Think about how he did you wrong. I'm kinda like old Keith Whitley. Can't believe how bad she done me. Run away in 3/4 time. Pick out the pain in each of their lines. Settle down by the jukebox. Some conversation on the rocks. And I walk away when it's closing time. She'll start dancing back into my mind. Could it be love or is it loneliness? Are those the reasons how we wound up like this? I won't be around to see what tomorrow brings, 'cause all I'm asking for is a song or two with me. And we'll swing along to some old George Jones. Think about how he did you wrong. I'm kinda like old Keith Whitley. Can't believe how bad she done me. Run away in 3/4 time. Pick out the pain in each of their lines. Settle down by the jukebox. Some conversation on the rocks. And I walk away when it's closing time. Damn, she's always on my mind. Thank you.
Hey, if you're just joining us, our guest tonight on Red Barn Radio is Kyle Kelly. We're going to be back with more music with Kyle very soon. I'd like to take a moment, though, to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams, and many of you already know this, are always available online for you to view at your convenience. We love having you here live, but you can always go back and check it out. We also have an audio stream, compliments of WGAD.net in Central New York. Don't miss a single episode of our program. Please tell friends why it is that you like to come and check out what's going on Red Barn Radio. Our guest next week is a fellow named Jeremy Zeller. Jeremy is an award-winning roots rock artist hailing from the small southern town of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, not horribly far from here. And he's going to be coming on Red Barn to do a solo performance. Jeremy has a gritty voice, great songwriting, and a growing fan base. Wow, I like that. That was real alliteration. It was like gritty, growing. Anyway, he's got a great vibe and draws upon a range of musical traditions, many native to this region. But I think you'll agree he's a guy carving out his own unique sound. I really want you here to experience it with us. That's Jeremy Zeller in studio and on Red Barn Radio's live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. Now back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We welcome you on all of our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. Let's welcome back Kyle Kelly and his band.
Thank you. This song is Line. It's a title track off my debut EP. It's about high mileage diesel trucks and heartbreak. And if that ain't country, I don't know what is. Driving 95, 3500, it's got 400,000 miles. And I pull the trailer off of 33 acres with the tax 2 weeks expired. And the bills ain't getting no cheaper. It's hard just getting by. Not to mention that the thought of you is still sitting heavy on the outskirts of my mind, and you never said hi. Or gave me any reasons why, but I'll be fine. All I gotta do is give it time. I ain't lying, like you are with him tonight. Me, it's all you left at home. Living with your memory has turned this old boy to stone. I got her pointed in the right direction, straight for my demise. 'Cause I dwell in the past and my windshield's cracked, but that rear view works just fine. It leaves me blind. Still looking for a sign, 'cause I'll just drive and let your memory pass me by. I ain't lying, like you are with him tonight. I'm gonna run from her until I run myself out of my mind. This road runs out of line. You never said bye. Gave me any reasons why, but I'll be fine. All I gotta do is give it time. I ain't lying, Thank you. So we're going to bust out some new unreleased stuff. We already did one or two, I believe, and this one I wrote a few weeks back, and it's just old school. I have a pull to the old school, I guess is what you'd say, and yeah, and this is very 70s-ish, honky tonkin'. Was a what do you say? Couple skate is a couple skate song.
It's a couple skate songs.
Yeah, it's a couple skate song. But it's called "Lifetime with You," and I'm expecting a little baby boy in June, and it's our first kid, me and my wife, and we're really excited about it. And I kind of wrote this song with perspective of, again, being out on the road and honky tonkin' and settling down and what that looks like in a sense, but it's a love song anyways. I never thought that I'd ever be settling down out on this road. Each night brings a different town. I was carrying on, a drifter alone, trying to figure this world out. When you came along like a good time and song and showed me what it's all about. And I still remember that night in December, kissing you under the moon. And I do recall not knowing at all how hard I'd fallen for you. And a woman like you comes around only once in a lifetime. And girl, I'd like to spend a lifetime with you. Couldn't forget all the feelings you left each time that we parted ways. And I knew it then, my heart I would give to you to the end of my days. And a woman like you comes around only once in a lifetime. And girl, I get to spend this lifetime with you. And my plans are changing and life's rearranging the places I thought I would be. I'll never be the same, and I'm thankful I've changed, or maybe I wouldn't have seen. A woman like you that comes around only once in a lifetime. And girl, I'll spend of this lifetime with you. Thank you. That's the first time we played that one out. We're going to do a few. This is the first time playing them out, and y'all get to hear them first. So we're excited about that. And this next one, it's kind of a ode to the past, young and in love. And I wrote this one night. Me and a good buddy of mine, Austin McNeil, we were doing a songwriting game that we had learned from some friends. And basically, it's just you commit to writing, and it's you write one song. You pick a phrase, random phrase. It doesn't have to be relevant to anything. And you pick a phrase, and you commit to writing a song with that phrase, no matter in what context, within a week time period. And you pick a new phrase each week, and you keep each other accountable. And we did it one time, and this is the song I got out of it, and we hadn't done it since. But I like the song, and. Yeah, I know, accountability and structure. It was fight the system, right?
You can count the hell out of this one. It's all counted.
Yeah. Can't count past Earnhardt. But this song's called Sky Was Never Bluer. Push that burnt CD into the stereo and hit play on a memory. And just like that, well, I'm right back in 2014. We were holding hands on the boardwalk during our singing week. You had days of Dukes and Ray-Bans. That look was hard to beat. You were as wild as you were pretty, every bit of a gypsy soul. But you made plans for the big city, and I just didn't know. But you told me on the last night under the stars out on the coast, and you left me there with my beach chair as the waves watched you go. No, the skies were never bluer than the days when you were mine, sitting next to me on this old bench seat, and we take off through the night. And even though we've gone our separate ways, those memories ain't hard to find. We're somewhere between that sunset and Ocean Drive. Heard you graduated college from some big old private school. You met some man with a spray tan and an education too. Well, I heard that he got down on one knee, and by the time that he looked up, all he could see was your tail lights fading into dust. No, the skies were never bluer than the days when you were mine, sitting next to me on an old bench seat, and we take off through the night. And even though we've gone our separate ways, these memories ain't hard to find. Somewhere between that sunset and Ocean.
Wouldn't it be something to see your headlights down my drive? It's funny how just the thought of it can make me feel alive. And if that day should ever come, I won't be hard to find. I'm still in the state you let me in, off the coast of Carolina. I know the skies are never bluer than the days when you were mine, sitting next to me on an open seat, and we take off through the night. And even though we've gone separate ways, those memories ain't hard to find. Somewhere between that sunset and Ocean Drive. Hey!
Hey, if you're just joining us, we're here with Kyle Kelly and his band. Justin Clyde Williams on electric guitar. Caleb Roberts is the drummer, and John Blake McNamee.
I just call him John Blake, honestly. I can't never get it right.
Okay, all right, John. I'll go ahead. I thought I had it. And John Blake, can you just McManamy?
There you go. You got it.
Perfect. Heck.
McManamy.
Yeah. My producer asked me right before the show, you got that name? I'm like, oh, yeah, got it.
It
Said it
defeats the
several
best
times.
of us.
Said it
I get it
several
wrong
times.
every now and again.
I apologize.
Kindergarten was rough, bud.
Phew. Gee whiz. All right. Well, I'll do better next time. Sorry. All right. So you said, Kyle, that Sway, I think it was back a few songs. You said Sway when you were introducing that. You said this is the first song. Did you say this is the first song I wrote, or did you say this is a song I wrote on my own?
I think it's actually the first song I wrote on my own.
Oh, all right.
Yep. So, well, that I released. Let me rephrase that. So,
okay.
We're gonna do another one as the first thing I'll ever put out. We're just gonna do that just for the crowd.
Good.
And that one, Sway, was that was actually a college song. I wrote that traveling back and forth to school. When I come home on the weekends to work on an old car, I wrote that completely without instrumentation, just wrote the lyrics and then kind of fumbled through and figured out the chords, and it was born.
Yeah. And in that song, what's your favorite phrase? What were a couple of the phrases that you came up with in that song that made you go like, you know what? Yeah, this is gonna work.
That's it. I think my favorite one is, it's in the second verse. It's
Sorry. Well, Conversation on the Rocks is a pretty good one.
that one. Yeah, it's Conversation on the Rocks. I can't remember
I
where
like
I got
that a
that one
lot.
from. That one kind of just rolled off the tongue. But the second verse is like, "Baby, I got secrets. Lately, I've added more. Usually don't do this." I'm sure you've heard that before. And then my favorite one is, "I'm not into one-liners. 3 chords and the truth will do."
Yeah.
So that one was kind of just like, I imagine like just a suave guy just walking in and, "Hey, babe," and just it ain't his first rodeo. He knows what he's doing. So, but that's kind of where that came from. And then the George Jones and Keith Whitley reference, that kind of that seems to be everyone else's favorite. And every time.
When you play it.
Yeah, like, "Sway along to some." That's like whenever I see friends back home, that's the number one thing they say is, "Sway along to some old George Jones," and it's just that's the hook to it. So
Yeah.
it works.
All right. Well, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Come up with stuff like
it
that,
definitely
right?
does, for sure.
Yeah. And the song Lion, which was the title track of your first EP, right?
Yes, correct.
So Lion is, like you say, that's a good old time country song.
Yeah.
Can you do you ever imagine a particular country artist, picking up the lyrics on that or picking up that song and going like, "Hey, listen to this. I'd sing this one." Did you have somebody? Did you have anybody else in mind? Do you ever have anyone else in mind?
Definitely. Inspiration
Yeah.
from everybody. I mean, and it's funny because like there's so many new artists, and I'll draw inspiration from new artists, but nothing makes me happier than coming across a song from back in the day that I've never heard, and it's just like listening to a new artist or a new song like that. It's a new song to you, but it's been out for 50 years or whatever it's been now. And but for that song particularly, I actually wrote that with Justin. And I think in mind when we were writing, it was kind of a Cody Jinks kind of. Is kind of my inspiration. He was a big influence when he kind of first popped off, and I heard him. I really liked his sound, and
Yeah, me too.
I just like the way he presents lyrics and his.
Hear that, Cody?
Yeah.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah, shout out Cody Jinks. Hit me up. But anyways, yeah, so that was definitely the reference for that song for sure. And Cody Jinks has still got a big influence. I just love how he's him. He's doing the right thing, but yeah, he's definitely that the idea behind that song.
Yeah, nice.
With a twist of small town country boy.
And the song game that you play, which I kind of like the idea of that. I was trying to imagine while you were playing the song, what the phrase was. It wasn't. Was it the title?
What's that?
Well, you said you played the game.
Yeah. So the phrase, I actually came up with the phrase for the week, and it was just the sky was never bluer. And he was like, "Yeah, it sounds good." He wrote a song. I wrote a song, and then we sent it to each other, and then it was just like, hey, I actually kind of like this. It's pretty cool. It's catchy. And then he's like, yeah. And he was like, you should release that. And I was like, I might. And I kind of backburnered it. And then I came back to it, and I put it out on social media, and everybody was like, hey, we like that from you. And I was like, cool.
Nice. But the rule of the game isn't that you have to make it the title.
It can literally just be a passing phrase.
Nice.
In the song, so subtle, or under the rug, you don't even know it.
I like that. I think Jeff Tweedy would like that game. He likes to come up with ideas to help people write songs. That's a cool one. And so, talking on the songwriting, I'm curious. You said that you two have done a lot of songs. You said at one point that Justin Clyde has had his filthy fingers on just about everything you've written. So talk to us a little bit about sort of how that works when you get together. Like, what is there like game plan? You show up with, hey, I got
Kyle bought a
some
bus,
stuff.
and it used to be Kenny Rogers' bus, so technically they're all Kenny Rogers songs. But now step away now. They're all Kenny Rogers songs. Kenny has a part in this.
We got old Silver Eagle bus when we first started hitting the road. We
Really?
bought it, and it belonged to Kenny Rogers originally. So we call it the Gambler. It's out of action right now. We didn't bring it, obviously. We rolled in a truck and a U-Haul trailer.
Yeah, I saw that out there.
We
the
like
ticket on
rolling
There's a
the
around.
bus out there. What are you talking about? There's a Prevost out there.
Yeah. So what we do is, as it's broke down, the generator still works, and we get on it, and it's parked in my side yard beside my shop, and we just get on it and write songs, turn the generator on, and don't really.
You ain't got no distractions out there. Is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
like.
right.
You're two couches. You're 2 feet across from each
the
other.
lounge faces
and
each
literally
other.
nothing
The two
but
couches do.
guitars. It's like there's nothing else in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
I
guys
don't even
live?
take a phone in there. I bring a notepad.
Do you guys live close enough that you can do this sort of spontaneously, or do
Yeah,
you?
about 40 minutes
40
away.
minutes,
Yeah,
yeah.
about 40. As long as we plan it the day before. Or
Yeah.
something.
Got you
Usually
plan it out, but does each of you show up with something to share?
We
And,
normally, so, and we're big on, and I'm sure every other artist is too, big on the voice memo game, where you hum an idea or have something for some lines, and you do that constantly. I feel like as an artist, and a songwriter, you just you always have a melody, you always have something kind of churning, and you just kind of voice memo it, put it in the back burner, and I think I got over like 700 voice memos of just half-written, quarter-written ideas of
I
stuff.
got the same one 15 times. In
Yeah,
mine, probably.
and the same. And what we do is we'll just send it to each other, and then it'll be like, oh, that works with this that I wrote 4 years ago or something, and we
Or
just
just
kinda,
spark a new idea.
yeah, and
love
then
that,
that turns
yeah.
us with that. And
Oh,
then-
that's great. I mean, we talk about support. We were talking earlier about
Yeah.
where's the joy come from, and it's from stuff like this,
Yeah.
right? You collaborating with other people who have
I
the
can
same
only
thing you want
pull
to do.
off of
for sure.
the words I know and the experience that I've been through. So whenever you throw a phrase out and just a line of just a segment of words, doesn't mean anything. It can mean something totally different to everybody. So I could be bone out of gas on it, but Kyle have some heat behind it, like an
Yeah.
idea to carry off of, and then he throws that crap at the wall, and then I smell something in it, and so it just comes together.
Nice.
His imagery is great.
Like
Yeah.
peas and cabbages.
That's all right. It's lovely.
Yeah.
So another skill set then you bring to this business, an important one, is the ability to like troubleshoot a vehicle? I mean, could you build cars, right?
Well,
Or
yeah.
do you-
So before my coworkers / bosses see this, I dropped my. So I'm finished doing a car right now. I'm doing a '69 Dodge Charger, and hence the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee on the kick drum head.
What is that car?
That's a '69 Charger. So
Oh,
that's my
that
dream
is-
car.
that's what that is,
That's
okay.
what that is, and it's been a part of what I've wanted to do besides music and sports, is just own a '69 Charger. So I have one right now that I'm building to sell, and I kind of got to, I would say 97% with it, and then we're about to be on the road pretty heavy in March, and I'm not gonna have any time to finish it. So I brought it to the shop that I work at, and I was like, all right, I got it this far, y'all please finish it, because I ain't gonna have time, and I've got a lot of money tied up in it, and I'm just trying to turn it loose. So if anybody out there is looking for a matching numbers 69 Charger RT 444 speed, black red interior, shoot me a DM. I'll hook you up.
So, but I thought you said you wanted one.
I do, and I have a shell, which actually my dad bought. It's a rusty shell of one. He bought it, and the plan is some point down the line is probably fix it up with my newborn son coming in June, is to keep it, and that'll be the one we build together and be ours for him to have.
Can you fix that bus? Like if the bus
If
bus
I had enough
breaks
time,
down.
I could.
Yeah?
If I wasn't worried about other stuff, yeah.
So you're pretty comfortable. Did you learn auto mechanics as just a side thing, just from?
Totally a side thing.
Self-taught?
Trial and error, buying something, not knowing what I'm doing, in YouTube University. I'll say
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's the big thing. That's how I did with music too. I didn't know. I took lessons. I took guitar lessons when I was in 6th grade for 3 weeks, and then the ball came around and it was time to go, or 3 months rather. And I learned Sweet Child of Mine, and that was about it. And then Crazy Train, and then it was YouTube after that, trying to figure out how the rest of it works. So I like learning, I like being taught, and I'm very curious about how things, the innards of things, and how they work and intertwine, and everything's relevant. It's funny how you come to realize when you kind of mess with different things, everything's relevant to some extent, and this makes sense with that, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But I would definitely not call me a master mechanic. I would say like I'm a semi-professional musician and an amateur shade tree mechanic is the way I would refer it as.
Well, all great skills. Yeah, and I think you're right. The more you dig into just about anything, the more you see, oh, I see that application in what I'm holding right here in my hand.
That's it.
That's beautiful. Yeah. It's good to have you guys here. Let's play some more music. Folks, we got Kyle Kelly and his band with us here on Red Barn Radio tonight. Kyle and these guys are all from down in North Carolina, and it's great to have them up here in Kentucky. And you guys are going to play some more, not only now, but you're going to play some more in town here.
Yeah, so we're playing the Borough tomorrow night.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Thursday. So
Well, good. For those of you who are listening to this live stream locally, there you go. You got something to do tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got Hannah Howard and Luke Trimble opening up the show tomorrow night. It's going to be a fun time.
All
And
right.
speaking of writing songs again together, this is a new one me and Justin
It's a
wrote.
Kenny Rogers song. It came on the bus.
This one was born off the bus,
Yeah.
and I'm going to let Justin take the...
I had the chorus for this. I wrote it, and I was feeling it as a verse, and then Kyle come back with that first verse, and I said, well, I like that as a verse. My verse is sounding like a chorus now. And then we kept throwing paint on the wall, like I was saying, and Kenny got a few words in there
Yeah,
too, so
yeah.
it's a Kenny song.
We got a big poster on the door that he just looks over us whenever we're writing.
The look of shame, like if we take a cheesy rhyme, he's just looking at us. Give me 4 back there, Caleb. Bad decisions are like incisions, open wounds will never heal. I've been leaning hard on the throttle, hoping the highway kills everything that I am and everything that I am not. Racing through my head, I can't make it stop. And I keep flying down the interstate way too fast. Lord knows I'm a little too stoned. Just trying to stay alive till sunrise comes along. But the coffee ain't working, there's a motel up ahead with a bed I could call my own. heartbeat from the phone. But you won't hear me out, 'cause I've done made the call to leave it all behind. You still haunt my mind. The only thing that drowns you out is when that highway winds. And I've been flying down the interstate way too fast. Lord knows I'm a little too strong, trying to stay alive till sunrise comes along. But the coffee ain't working, there's a motel up ahead with a bed I could call my own. Always on the road somewhere when you're born to roam. I'm born to roam. Until the white lines fade to night sky, I'll be moving on. When the day comes I can't roam no more, dig a shallow hole in the ditch beside the fast lane. Don't pray over my bones, lay me in the bed I made. The highway is my home. I'm born to roam. Flying down the interstate way too fast. Lord knows I'm a little too stoned. Just trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive. But the coffee ain't working, there's a motel up ahead with a bed I could call my own. Just trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive. I'm born to roam. I'm born to roam. I'm born to roam. I'm born to
Yeah. So that's the latest one we
That's
read.
emo Bob Seger.
We like cutting up. We like having a good time. We're real laid back when we do this stuff, and because of that, we're gonna do the first song I ever released. It's called Lake Weekend. I wrote it with a buddy of mine, Zach Hayes, and this is just it's a I guess kind of a autobiographical, or I guess a buddy of mine, his folks got a boat, and we used to go out and do some adolescent things on a boat, hanging out and partying and whatnot. And this is about the summer spent on that boat, and it was called Flirting with Disaster is what the boat's name was. So song called Lake Weekend, and for all you folks out there who like the lake, this is for you. Sunburnt, but not 'cause I've been working. My head hurts, the hangover's been lurking. No shoes, a shirt, the last 3 days. I've been getting drunk out on this lake. Last thing on my mind is Monday.
Boys are back in town and they're flirting with disaster. I don't think this haunts them, it can go any faster. Just me and all my friends, and that's all we'll ever need. Hey, pretty girl sitting next to me. We're all tired when Sunday ends. Yeah, it is what it is, just another league weekend. You just never know what it's gonna be when we get together, and it's a hell of a party. Bikinis, tans, he'll go big can. She's daring me to jump on in. Hit first, jackknife, cannonball. 'Cause the boys are back in town and they're flirting with disaster. I don't think this pontoon it can go any faster. Just me and all my friends, and that's all we'll ever need. Hey, pass me a bear 3. We're all tired when Sunday ends. Yep, it is what it is, just another lake weekend. Hey baby, what you doing a little later on tonight? 'Cause I got some plans if you wanna float on over to the wild side. Singing, the boys are back in town and they're flirting with disaster. I don't think this pontoon it can go any faster. Just me and all my friends, and that's all we'll ever need. Hey girl, I'm glad you're here with me. We're all tired when Sunday ends. Yep, it is what it is, just another lake weekend. Yeah. And this next tune we're going to do for you here is the latest song I have written by myself. And I really can't tell you where I got the idea from, but it just kind of came to me, and it was a little bit of rocking, a lot of rolling, I guess. But we're going to have a good time. This song's called Levis and Leather, and it's a honky-tonkin' tune. Y'all boys ready? Hold on. Let me put my honky-tonk on.
Turn on that Waylon pedal.
Yeah, let's turn on the Waylon. Here we go.
Well, I did what I could. Hell, I tried to be good. Walking a line is harder than it looks. 'cause I done what I can to keep it all together, till I caught a glimpse of you in your Levi's and leather. I should have left you alone, closed my tab and gone home. When the whiskey hits my mind, I only feel right doing wrong. So I do it to myself, no regard whatsoever. Yeah, when you push through those swinging doors, I should have known better than to watch you all by in your Levi's and leather. Stand on them, Clyde. What's a man to do when she's got him hanging on? Got me buzzing around you, babe, like a moth to a flame, and I don't know what to do. Well, I did what I could. Hell, I tried being good. But walking this line, it's harder than it looks. Baby, I'm just a man in a world full of pressure. Yeah, I was doing what I can, keeping it all together, till I caught a glimpse of you in your Levi's and leather. Yeah, what's a man to do just to get into those Levi's and leather?
Well, folks, there are many people to thank for our program. First, of course, Kyle Kelly and his band, our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio. We want to shout out a big thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, Central and Eastern Kentucky's radio news leader. You can listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you who are here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the great city of Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our program. We are on the web, of course, at redbarnradio.com. Hey, while you're there, you got to be sure to check up on our weekly email newsletter. It's going to let you know who's coming up with bio and links on our guests. That's news at redbarnradio.com. And just put subscribe in the header. It's that simple. Hey, before we close out tonight's program, let's bring back Kyle Kelly and band for one more tune.
Yeah. Oh, let me tune my guitar like a responsible adult. I know. So his last song of the evening. First of all, thank you all so much for having us. We had a blast, and we really do appreciate the hospitality. And this last song we're gonna do is the latest single I've got out, and this is the one I was talking about, where it's a call to the working man to learn the difference between earning a living and making a living worthwhile.
Bradford, I told you before, this is the nicest barn I've ever been in, man.
All right. We cleaned it up as
Pretty
much
good
as we
barn.
could.
I've seen a few, and this one tops it. All right, here we go. Sorry.
Well, I don't care for big city lights. Nah, I find peace up in the backwoods late at night. Can't you hear that hound dog barking or howling at the moon? Like a song from the CDB, that's a good old boy's favorite tune. Now I think we forgot what it means to be laid up under the shade, catching cats by a riverbank, sipping on a jar of homemade. And that'll be right where you find me when I need something to remind me. When I get fed up, Lord, I take a drive. I turn the key, lets a big block come alive. Winter's down and the breeze is blowing, and me back to my roots. Just being alone where the nights are long and a whole bunch of nothing to do. And I think we forgot what it means to be laid up under the shade, catching cats by a riverbank, sipping on a jar of homemade. And that'll be right where you find me when I need something to remind me. Jog my memory, Clyde. Need just get away. Sometimes you gotta get lost and you just might find your way. Take a little time to remember things that make you smile, 'cause there's a difference in making a living and making the living worthwhile. And I think we forgot what it means to be laid up under the shade, catching cats by a riverbank, sipping on a jar of homemade. And that'll be right where you find me when I need something to remind me. And that'll be right where you find me when I need something to remind me. but I need something to remind me.
Thank y'all.
All right. Well, that is all for our show for this week. You can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. You can also listen to archive performances on your favorite streaming platforms. Hey, and need I remind you that every like, comment, share, and subscribe helps bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods? Okay, can we depend on you for that? We're glad we're making an impression on you. Now it's time to engage. Thank you. From all of us here at Red Barn Radio to all of our friends worldwide, let's stick together. Let's appreciate each other. Let's be thinking about Kyle and his partner starting up a new family in June. And let's join up again next week for another great evening of music and conversation on Red Barn Radio. Good night.